game. This allows you can pick 3 20 card themed packets twice. So that way you'll have 40 cards and then you can jump into a game. This is really great for casual play or those that don't have a lot of cards. And I find it a lot of fun. It's kind of like Draft Light. So let's take a look at it. We've got Legion, Prismari, and Powered Up. So do we want to ramp? Do we want to go crazy spells? Or do we want to go wide with white? And go kind of like, you know, bunch of little minions, buff each other, go big. Or ramp up. Actually, I played this a little bit, but I haven't seen Powered Up, so I kind of want to try that. I imagine it's ramp, so if you look at this first card, it kind of gives you an idea. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and put them into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle and blah, blah, blah. Ramp. So ramp basically being just, get as much mana as you can and put out big creatures and stomp people. I think I'll try that. Pretty fun. Sometimes I kind of look over these packs and see if it like reveals a mythic or a rare or something. So let's do this. It'll be fun. Doctor, I haven't seen this one either. I have played this Sacrificial and Shambling. Both of these, if you can get these together, that's actually really fun. But obviously you can only pick one. So if we're going to ramp up, chances are, if we want to be successful, I'd probably go with this one. Mostly because we're going to try and get things on the board. We're going to try and build up a bit. And this is going to be a life gain deck too. So really, I don't know if sacrificing and zombies are really going to put me in that spot. Even though they're really fun decks. I love zombie and sacrifice decks, but let's go life gain. This card is amazing anyway. So whenever you gain life, you put a +1/+1 counter and then scry. So really, really awesome. Let's do that. So we're a Powered Up Doctor. It's always fun where they combine the names and everything. One thing you can do is you can add this to your decks. So like, especially if you're new, it's really nice that you can just add it and then you can go back to your deck list here and find it, and you can refer to it later and kind of look at it. It's pretty fun. So yeah, let's dive right in. I wonder if I should just be streaming this anyway. I'm going to move the mic up. I feel like my desk is slightly uncomfortable. Kind of a taller-ish person, so I don't always fit very well here. All right. All right, Kahansen 2. Let's see what you got. Problem with... Oh, let's look at this first. Okay, so we want to look at our curve here. So 2 lands is kind of sketchy. Got a combat trick. Big. And with this move, we've got a free mulligan. So we're really looking at a pretty rough curve to ramp into. And I don't even have any cards that would ramp me until I have 4 mana, which by then I could be pretty much dead. So let's not do that. Let's free mulligan this. Okay, so we do have some options here. We've got some mana. This is nice because mana do it. You can tap it for both green or white mana, but it does come into play tapped, so you have to kind of keep that in mind. But this card can be either a 1/1 mana dork, as they call it, or it could be a mana that comes into play tapped. And this curve looks a little better. I'm just gonna go for it. I don't even know if I'm really excited about keeping this hand, but let's see what they've got. I don't know what he's playing. He or she is playing. So let's, since we can't really play anything, or we can't actually play a card, I'm just gonna play this one because it'll come into play tapped. I can't really do anything, so it's fine. But I would like to see us start ramping soon. Because we've got... Okay, we're in business. We're in business, people. Okay, so we really want to ramp up as soon as we can because we have these 2 amazing cards. We do have a 2-drop. We've got a 2-drop. We've got a 3-drop. The thing is that we haven't insured this 4th mana, which is a big deal. So I'm kind of tempted to throw this out for mana, just so that we ensure that we can do that. Actually, this is a mana dork, so whatever, we're gonna do that. way this can be tapped for mana. We can play this. We can ramp up. We'll have 2 in play. We can play Herd Gorger on... So this upcoming turn, they're going to make us discard. I want all of these. I don't care about pass. This is a good card. It's kind of like removal. It actually doesn't leave the board, but in this case, I need to ramp as quickly as possible. So we're going to, let's see what this is. Vigilance, basically it doesn't tap when attacking. You would gain life, gain 1 more life if it has blah, blah, blah. No, let's ramp. So we're going to ramp up. I'm going to get 1 of each. And so, yeah, so really we can put out Herd Gorger, which comes the 7/6 and it comes into play, gain 3 life. It's pretty awesome. Now they're playing black-red, which is generally pretty aggressive. Chances are they have some sort of removal. So in Magic, you know, as we're ramping up, we really just have to play as much value as we can. That card just basically, he'll gain life, gain 1 life, and I'll lose 1 life for each, creatures in their party. So that's kind of interesting. So yeah, let's, and then, you know, typically when I'm going to play something big, I want to see if they have anything that could counter it, but this is black-red, so I mostly need to worry about removal. But even if they did, I have some other stuff to work with, so. And then we heal. This also could be a land. I'm sort of tempted to do that to ensure I can put out this card. Yeah, we're going to do that because I want to be 100% sure that I get that out. Because we're ramping big. Herd Gorger is still common, so it's only going to be so useful. So if we end up having a trade for it or whatever, it'll be okay. We've got Cragblade Baloth. Can we... And in this case, though, we notice that we're kind of running out of cards. We can kick this and make it bigger. Yeah, I was expecting removal, so that's fine. We can get this card out. It has hexproof, so can't be the target of those abilities, so that's pretty good. We're going to put that out. Yeah, I'm not going to have... What is it? 3, 6, 7, 8... That's a wee bit much, isn't it? Let's just do this. So we're just going to attack with him. He can block and do whatever. It's possible. I'm trying to think of what could be in these cards. There's lots of removal floating around, but I don't exactly know in standard what could all be in these packets, because there's a fair amount of removal available, so it's always important to know like what they have, what they don't have tapped. But in this case, if it's black-red, they're gonna have a lot of different ways to remove things. Now this card I did know that was there, but this is only 5 damage, and they're, you know, hit me. It's like, okay, this is why it's nice to have a 6/6, because there are not very many cards that can just straight up do tons of damage. Let's see. Yeah, we're totally just going to play this. We're going to attack. I don't know if they have any tricks that they can do to really pump and kill this, but I still have some stuff to work with. So let's do this. Steadfast Paladin. This card is awesome in draft. It can seriously get out of control. A 2-mana 2/2 lifelink is just in limited is just too good. It's so powerful, especially like in a what's it called? Especially in a armor deck or an equipment deck. Crazy. Oh, you made me discard. Too bad. don't necessarily want to lose my paladin, but this is one of those times where I don't have any card draw, which is frustrating. Don't have any like interesting things to do with mana. I don't have any pump spells. But I mean, my board presence is pretty intense, and I don't think he has anything great. Else he would have played it. And now I'm gonna roast him. We're just gonna go all in. Technically, he has to block, which he'd block anyway, because we have lethal. He'll probably block the paladin, and I can gain some life, and he'll take 4 damage, and then I'll place this, and then, I don't know, probably close to GG at this point. Could probably tap this, sacrifice, and draw a card. Should have done that. Yeah, I swear that's a new animation. I don't remember that being there in previous sets. Whatever. It's really cool. I love some of the new animations, especially the decayed zombies. Those are really cool. Well, that will be GG's. And we have a combat trick. Doesn't trample. Either way, I can still kick it. There's nothing you can do. Oh. Well done.